So is the new Tonex a complete mess or not? Let's find out. A couple of days ago, I released a video about the Tonex update. I've been impressed with it. It's finally out, and every fanboy is out there talking about it. It's nice, but I still think it's a rearrangement of the old user interface. I'm still not impressed by it. It doesn't move me a bit. It's still clumsy. It's still too much, and I just hope people will understand why I'm raging about this. I'm not anti-Tonex. I'm not anti-IK Multimedia. For God's sake, I have all this stuff here. I have their plugins, I have their softwares, I have their hardwares. I still use the iRig. I love the company, the big stuff. But for Tonex, I don't think that software is for me. I want a user interface that works, and I want a device that I can be able to use it without needing the software. Even if there's a software, I don't want to solely depend. I don't want a 50-50 share. The Helix, how the Helix works is you can decide not to ever connect it to a computer, ever. Like, ever. Like, I don't think I've ever had to use or create a preset with the HX Edit. Because the user interface is there. Everything you can do on the software, you can do it on the hardware. For Tonex, it's not exactly like that. It has no, the graphics is terrible. It's like something from the Stone Age. Well, it might work for you guys. It's a capture, yeah, whatever. It works for you. It doesn't work for me. So I don't really care for how much hate comments that I get for not liking it, for bashing it. I've seen the software update. It's out now. I'm still not impressed.
Just as I said in my previous video, when they kind of tease this update, it's still very clumsy. I know they just look at this. So you have your chain here, you have your amp, noise gate amp, and all that, and you can click on each and edit it and do all that stuff. It's still clumsy, in my opinion. I'm still not impressed, and I'm still standing by what I said earlier about the Tonex update not being impressive. It's
Select
just
your Tonex device from the top right drop-down menu. The Tonex Editor application has two main views, the editor and the library.
Take a look at this view. Like, tell me this makes sense in this time and age. Compare this to every other software user interface at this time and age in 2025. Let's not talk about the camper. The camper is not the big one, but yeah, I'm focusing on Tonex today. This is just too clumsy. This is just too much information. If you know anything about UI design and product presentation, if I'm a product owner and someone releases this for me on the final day, like, hey, this is what we came up with, I will throw it away, especially when it's a musical software and the user interface has to be user friendly. I mean, it has to be intuitive. It has to be easily accessed. It has to be properly laid out. This is just a whole bag of mess. It's still clumsy, and this is what I said before, and I'm still standing by what I said. This is the final product, and I'm still not impressed with it.
The editor view is divided into three main sections: control
Why?
bar, chain, and hardware library. In the control bar section, you can adjust the volume, revert to a previously saved status, save a preset, or set the BPM. The chain view displays all the available modules for the selected Tonex preset. You can adjust every parameter in real time and hear the changes.
Like, why will they still have these? Like, I don't know. Shout out to the Tonex fanboys out there that are enjoying it. I'm not. It's just not something I want to use. The tone is great. It sounds great, but try using the Tonex one live on stage. Like, you will be frustrated.
Instantly on the pedal.
And I know I'm not the only one.
To browse among different tone model amps stored in the connected hardware, press the tone model amp name to open the tone model amp drop-down menu. Or select the browser button to open a dedicated window.
You know what? Even Logic has a better user interface. The Logic plugins for like amp editing and all that stuff, it has a better user interface than this. It's just too clumsy. Like, it's just too many things going on at the same time. I understand it's going to take a learning curve, and that's fine. But my point is, when you say you want to redesign something, you make it better than what it was, not just creating a few new tabs and call it the game-changing update. That's where my problem is. The way it was, I just knew it was terrible, and I was willing to live with it that way. But why release an update and say you've totally redesigned it when it still looks exactly and clumsy as the old one? That's my point, and I think that's what people are not getting when I was ranting earlier. It's okay. It works when it does. It was terrible before, and it's still terrible now. So I don't like the fact that people are saying, like, this is great, or this is a good update, and this is perfect, or it's better now. No, it's not better. It's just as crappy as the first one. That's all I have to say. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's just too much.
The tone model browser is a free hardware and software libraries. So
my point is, you see, this is very, like, it's not as clean as things should be in this time and age. And if no one wants to say anything about it, I'm not scared to say something about it. It's clumsy. It's clumsy. They should have just left the old one. The old software was fine. This is not an improvement. it doesn't change the fact that Tonex is still a good pedal and Tonex One is still a heck of a bang for the money. But my conclusion is the old redesign thing is unimpressive. I wasn't impressed. I'm still not impressed. And I just promised to make this video afterwards because a few people said, "Oh, I'm gonna cave when the update finally comes out," and I'm like, "Now they already showed a preview. I already saw what they're doing. There's nothing here, and there's a bunch of bugs with it because some people are not seeing the automatic save button. If you check the forums, you're gonna see complaints there. But again, I just think they need a proper dev team, especially a UI team. The development is fine, but the UI, yeah, I don't think anyone is gonna enjoy using this. This looks like a Windows 98 kind of setup to me, in my opinion. And
yeah, totally unimpressed. And if you have a Tonex and you like the updates, you can update with the editor update, whatever. It's terrible. And why do you have to go to another software to launch the edit software? So you need that main IK multimedia software, and then you gotta go in that and then launch. Like that's like no, that's not a good workflow. It's terrible. I don't like it. Never did, never will. Selling my Tonex. The Tonex capture thing, it's already listed on Reverb. Sold already, I guess. But yeah, I'm not. My name is Dami. I'm a guitar player, an audio engineer, and on this channel I review gears and give my honest opinion, and that's mine. You don't have to agree with me. I totally get it. It's fine, but I don't like it. It's terrible. Peace out.